Do, 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 do. This is a TED Talk with Amy.
Hello, I'm Amy and I'm going to be your host tonight on TED Talk featuring me. We recently read A Raisin in the Sun in our PSTL 13-12 class, and I'll be talking about Benita, this young woman right over here. Very pretty. The first question we were supposed to talk about was what we believe the American dream is. And I believe the American dream is having a stable job, access to education and healthcare, having family and a home, and equal opportunities throughout your life, like disregarding gender, race, socioeconomics. My personal American dream is to be someone's favorite teacher. I want to make a positive influence on each and every one of my students. Benita's American dream is to become a doctor. She is a strong, independent, and determined woman. She aspires to do this even though she has many obstacles that stand in her way. These include that she's an African American woman who is poor. They did not say whether or not she completed her goal to become a doctor, but I believe that she can, but it would take a longer time because of her socioeconomic status and gender and race. One quote from A Raisin in the Sun that illustrates Benita's American dream is when her mom said, "I want you to take this money and take $3,000 and put it in a savings account for Benita's medical school." Even though we see the American dream as just working hard and you can do it, they still need money to complete it. Like, she'll still need money for medical school. I define success as accomplishing a goal that you have set for yourself. The goal could be small or large. It could be running a mile, or it could be something larger like finding the cure for cancer. Accomplishing the American dream in both 1960 and 2016 is very different. In this case, Benita in 1960 would have many obstacles to complete her dream of becoming a doctor. Those include that she is an African American woman and she is poor. However, in 2016, those hinders still are prevalent in today's society. African Americans still are treated unequal compared to white people. A quote from Sarah Bellamy's article, The Artistic Process, relates to the interpretation of how the audience of 2016 views the theater piece of art from 1959 is, "The connection between an individual and society is made through complex systems of meaning and metaphors, groups of symbols created by humans that represent how we feel, think, see, and understand the world in which we live in. These systems represent the tie that binds us all to one another in relationships that constitute identity and help us comprehend our human experience." In A Raisin in the Sun, it puts Caucasians or other ethnicities in an African American shoe, basically. So doing this, you can change the way you think of things. And back to her quote, she says, created by humans that represent how we feel, think, and see and understand the world in which we live in. So if we fill a shoe of an African American, we can see what they live through and what they go through daily. One last thing for the audience. Comment below. Are you Team George or Team Asa Guy? Who will Benita end up with?